Hi, this is Bob Pockrass, and welcome to the Sprint pre-race rundown for the Shelby 427. That's right, we're going to Vegas. Woohoo! Vegas is a great time, and there's a lot of action on the track and off the track, but we're going to talk about the action that's on the track this weekend. When talking about who's going to win at Vegas, you want to take a gamble and pick somebody maybe who hasn't won before, or are you going to play it safe? If you're going to play it safe, you're going to go with Jimmie Johnson, Carl Edwards, or Matt Kenseth. Carl Edwards won there last year. For the 3 races before that, it was Jimmie Johnson. The 2 races before Jimmie, Matt Kenseth. Why would you bet against any of them? Jimmie Johnson is, of course, the 3-time defending Sprint Cup champion. So you know he's going to be good there. And, of course, Carl Edwards, he was the preseason favorite, even though Jimmie has won 3 straight titles. Matt Kenseth, we all know about Matt Kenseth now. He's won 2 straight Cup races. And, you know, some people were talking about where's Matt going to stay in Las Vegas. He's been so lucky. I don't think that any casino owner would want to have Matt Kenseth staying in their casino. He'd probably take him all the way to the bank. Of course, it hasn't been luck that has allowed Matt Kenseth to win his first 2 races. He drove a great restrictor plate race at Daytona and a great race last week at Auto Club Speedway. But, you know, there could be an upset this weekend. You know, if you're trying to gamble, you're going to roll the dice. Who might you pick? How about maybe David Ragan? Is he a Roush Fenway driver going to be able to pick up his first Cup win this weekend? We know Roush Fenway is really good at the Vegas track and the other intermediate tracks. This could be a place that David Ragan could shine. He had a top 10 finish there last year. Speaking of Roush Fenway, what about Greg Biffle? He won twice last year, and he was 3rd in the Vegas race in 2008. About the only Roush Fenway guy maybe you might want to stay away from, Jamie McMurray. This track hasn't been a good one for him in recent years. Another dark horse for this weekend could be Mark Martin. I know we're talking about the Cup race and not the nationwide race. He's won 3 nationwide series events at Las Vegas, but hasn't been able to get the Cup won since he won the first race at Las Vegas in 1998. He's finished in the top 10 3 times the last 3 years, and now that he's at Hendrick, he could capture his first win in the 5 car this weekend. Last year's runner-up, that was Dale Earnhardt Jr. Could you pick Dale Earnhardt Jr. to win this race? Maybe, but then again, it might be hard to pick Earnhardt Jr. after his Daytona performance and then having engine troubles last week. You know Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to be one frustrated camper. Maybe a better pick would be the guys who finished 4th or 5th last year, Jeff Burton and Kevin Harvick. Then again, Burton struggled at Auto Club Speedway last week, and the RCR stable as a whole is coming off kind of a lackluster weekend. How about Jeff Gordon? Well, you know, Gordon says he has put the crash from last year at Las Vegas behind him, but do we really know? We'll just have to wait and see on that one. But the only thing we know for sure about this race, you know, as long as it doesn't rain, is that it will be longer in the past. It used to be 400 miles, but now it's 427 miles. It had been 267 laps, now it's 285. Will that really make a big difference? Doesn't seem like much, but if you're an engine builder, it could be another reason to sweat in the desert. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy this week's race.